and at the beat. But upstairs they can feel it in their feet when we get live from the basement. You can feel it in your face when we get live from the basement.
Yeah, we back in the live basement on the 494.com. You know what I'm saying? This man Big Country. We heard Dope by T.I. featuring Marshall Ambrosius. I like that with the Aaliyah sample. Followed by Kanye West with Famous featuring Rihanna and Swiss Beats. Up in there by Lil Ronnie motherfucker, Triple D, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Dirty Water. Followed by One Time for the One Time by Brian Angel of Day 26 and Cheddar the Kinetic. But right now, mama, there go that man. Yeah, Killa Kyleon in the building.
Team running, we running, check 1, 2, what it do? We on this Code 94 business, what it do?
Well, you back.
I'm talking about like cook crack.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But let's roll with it.
Yeah, good dope, man. Sell itself, man. I'm coming here with some of that good dope. That's conversation, man. Everybody need that. I done stole some of these good old airhead bites.
He did. He really did.
Damn, he in Jackman. That's why he ain't
So
talking.
I'm candidless for the rest of the show, but since we cool, I'm gonna let him make it. Let me get my
My girl. No, I don't do soda.
Mountain Dew for he really.
I don't do soda. I don't do no soda. I wasn't supposed to be doing that candy, but how y'all doing this evening?
All right, my kind. How you doing today, sir?
I can't complain, sir. How's your day going, sir?
Oh, sir, it's been spectacular, sir. You know me. So, you know why you here?
You know why I'm here.
Do you know why you here? Why you here?
I mean, you know, we come to talk shit, swallow spit, man. You know, chew the fat.
Okay, that's disgusting.
Like,
No, that's what the old folk used to call it, man. You come to chew the fat.
That's disgusting. Just thinking about like how your mouth move when you chew fat. Like, ugh.
Sorry, that's not it today.
It's nasty. You know, like when you like eat a piece of like no, don't.
It's not today.
It's nasty, bro. Anyway, Killa,
Yes, sir.
what you got for us?
I mean, pretty much, you asking me the question. Ask me the question what I got for you.
This is gonna be your show today.
I mean, what you got for me? You got to crank it up, get it going.
All right. So look.
Well, basically, we kind of brought you in because you've been a little more vocal
Definitely.
in comparison to some of these other artists. Now, don't get me wrong, some artists have been vocal, but it was that day vocal, and they kind of let it go.
Nah, we ain't letting it go, man, because the thing about your words, you got to stand on that. I see a lot of people like to talk, but a lot of people don't stand on their word, meaning people say shit, but they don't follow through with the things that they're saying. There's no action behind their words. Today, we proved that there's action behind the words, man. I sat down with Derek Muhammad last week, and we formulated a process that I think that was going to be productive. And the show that we were kind of productive with, we actually accomplished that goal today, which was going in and speaking with the mayor today at City Hall. We got a collective of other artists together today, and we went in and spoke on things that's going on in society today, within the community, and things we can do to change what's going on with the process within our community. Police brutality, we touched on a whole lot of topics today, and it was a real great meeting. You know, like any other meeting, it starts off a little, the road starts out rocky, you know, tension. It was tension, but really not that much tension. Everybody was looking for answers, you know, at this point, because just like we have a black president, we have a black mayor, and the beauty of us having this black mayor, I'm not just gonna say this just because I was there with him and I spoke with him today, but I've known Sylvester Turner throughout the years. And he's in the hood, and he's still in the hood, and he listens, and he actually wants to make a change for the city. And my thing was, with all of us getting together as artists, we have a lot more power than the mayor, because our outreach goes a lot further than the mayor, being that he's limited to the city. We're not limited to the city. We have the surrounding areas and everything that's surrounding the surrounding areas as well, to where we can reach all core fan bases through social media and throughout the city, through our communities as well. And so we basically went in not only asking what can he do for us, but what can we do for him.
So what were some of the things that you guys came up with? Can you share that? Or
Definitely, because the conversation is actually a conversation for those that wasn't able to talk. We were the voice for people that wasn't able to talk today. And basically we spoke on the topics that were going on, and the Brazil case was one of the topics that we touched on. And believe it or not, you know, it's some things that I can't really disclose about that's about to happen, but he's gonna do the unexpected. Trust and believe. He's gonna stand on his word. Anything that he said that he's gonna do, he's gonna stand on his words behind it to expose the truth of the situation. But our thing was, you know, you gotta play devil's advocate in certain situations too, to whereas a lot of the things that's going on, everything is programmed. We so programmed to everything that's going on that we automatically as a people, we in the defense. And a lot of our actions, we acting off of emotion. We ain't really acting off of the brain. We acting off of emotion because you gotta think, we've been conditioned for years to have the mentality that we have. And we spoke on that with the mayor, meaning that in our community, when we're pulled over by police, we're already prejudged. He's the judge, he's the jury, he's the defense attorney and the prosecution. When he pulls you over, they're automatically scared of us. So what can we do to change that fear within officers? And we gave suggestions, we gave suggestions on what we think should be changed. And he told us what he was willing to do to make these changes, as well as him being aware of what's going on. See, everybody blaming social media, everybody playing the blame game, and everybody's playing what I like to call tennis, where we go back and forth on the problem, but nobody has a solution. And the thing was, we were in there for solutions today. We wasn't in there to talk about the problem, because the problem is evident.
Yeah.
This is true.
So who were some of the other artists that joined you today?
Okay, well, Zero was there, Slim was there, Trey was there, Powwow was there, Lil Kiki was there, K Reno was there, myself, C Stone, TV Johnny was there. It was a real diverse audience as well. I can't think of the councilwoman's name, Miss Yolanda, I want to say Jones, or she's also on the school board too, and she's also on that show, the lawyer show that's going on.
Sisters-in-law.
Yeah, Sisters-in-Law. Very great woman, very, very great individual, and she actually stood with us. A lot of people there being there was it was a lot of city councilmen there as well, and we got in there and we got straight down to the business, and we talked. And a lot of people wouldn't have expected no productivity to come out of that meeting. It was a very productive meeting. And we touched on a lot of topics, but what we did was we ignited the fire for change to where we gotta be held accountable for our voices too. We just can't keep pointing the finger at these politicians. We just can't keep pointing the finger at people that work for us. We gotta work for the people that work for us too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I made an analogy today, like, it's like we get mad when it rains. You just wash your car, but the rain get on your car, you mad, so you look up. You arguing with a cloud. You can't change that. And you gotta think, we got people in society that's arguing with the clouds. The clouds meaning the politicians. You got people that's never gonna be able to see these people. So what do you do to change the rain or protect yourself from the rain? You do what's necessary to protect yourself from the rain. You change what you can change. So me being devil's advocate, what we gonna do to change is to educate our people. We got to educate our people with everything that's going on in society, and to desensitize our people with the reality of what's going on and with the truth and the facts. See, we can sit here and play this blame game all day, and I'm guilty of it as well. But the thing is, instead of always pointing the finger, we gonna look in the mirror too. And at the same time we looking in the mirror, what we gonna do to change some shit to show them as well? You can't fight fire with fire. You don't put the fire out with fire, bro.
Let's talk more about that, because that I graduated with my degree in administration of justice and security, and people don't understand where I come from having that background. Like, it's education. It starts with education. So let's go off up into that. Like, people don't understand, like, when you play devil's advocate, which is what you do. That's how you come to a logical solution. That's how you get to logical solutions.
Not to cut you off, but let me say this here. I'm not justifying shit
right,
they done. That shit wrong, bro.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Dead to the wrong. So the main problem before you even go any further, I'm gonna say this. Media manipulating the whole fucking situation. Excuse me for cussing.
No, it's good. Beyonce.
But
Yes.
media is manipulating the whole situation and fucking it up worse. They tying everything together, and that's they form of manipulation. Just like me and Alan Rosen, Precinct 1 Head Constable, was talking today. The news, if it bleed, it lead. That's how the news look at everything. If it bleed, it's gonna lead. They going with the worst shit. They looking for a story, and they gonna manipulate it because everybody that look at the news gonna automatically feel like that shit is facts. But it ain't nothing but drama, just like everything else. They gonna focus on the drama, and to get that story to outbeat that other station, they willing to manipulate the drama and take it as far as it'll go. But the only thing that I explain to them is what make things so bad now. Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, Trayvon Martin, Sean Bell, Eric Garner, that shit been going on for weeks, days, months, 24/7, 365. The only difference is now than then is camera phones, sir. You can't hide this shit.
Right.
You can't hide it. So you think about the Sean Bells, the Eric Garners, the Alton Sterlings, the Philando Castiles that this shit happened to that we didn't see.
Right.
And now they passed that bill 192 in certain states to whereas they're doing away with body cams and dash cams.
Yeah.
So that's admission of guilt right there. So what do we do? What do we do as a people that's not politicians? What do we do as a people that's not lawyers? What do we do with people that's not judges? What do we do at this point? We educate and we deal with our community, and just like we told them, we need people that's within and from our community policing our community. What it is right now, we playing a child's game. Do it to me, I do it to you. He did it. We going back and forth to where it's bad apples on both sides. And the cold part about being the bad apple, just like your granny told you, it spoiled a bunch. And see, the difference is what we so frustrated at as a people, they're not acknowledging the bad apple. They want to acknowledge ours, but they don't want to acknowledge theirs. And that's where it comes back into where the law enforcement got this blue code of silence. To where they got an oath that they follow.
Yeah.
To where you right or wrong, they gonna ride. You know, it's been going on for years with the FBI, with the CIA, the Whitey Bulger case, when the feds was helping Whitey Bulger. Whitey Bulger was helping them, they was helping Whitey Bulger. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways.
But now that these things are coming out, like, okay, so let me ask you this. So how did it make you feel when you saw things that happened in like Dallas and in Baton Rouge?
Honestly, bro, let's just be real, and I'm gonna be real aside all that, bro. I told you when it started out, the media manipulates the hell out of situations. You gotta think, bro, my honest opinion, bro, you know, they've been saying I'm a conspiracy theorist. It's not about conspiracy theories. It's about common sense, bro, to add insult to injury. You know, they gotta make them look like the heroes at the end of the day still. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. They gotta make them still look like the heroes. Soon as this man get killed, you got bad apples. Bad apples that just spoiled the bunch. Let's get to the facts of that. So to take you away from the facts that's been exposed on these cops, let's create a situation to get your mind off this situation to bring light back to the cops. Cause see, now we finna have everybody thinking every cop bad. So we gotta flip the situation. We gotta give you the flip side to get your mind back on track with these are the cops. But think about it, bro. They here to serve us, but they killing us. They're in a position of power. And that position of power is being abused religiously. So what the media is doing, oh, the cops this and they heroes. I don't believe in the Dallas shit. I don't believe in the Baton Rouge shit. All that's evident because they had witnesses come out and say when the police got there was some shit already going on. And they just happen to be wrong place, wrong time. So what the media is doing is tying all that in, and they trying to make Black Lives Matter a hate group. The most stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life, because nothing that come in peace is coming to shoot and kill nobody. And then to add insult to injury, now They modified this a little bit better. Now they got a so-called shooter. Now they got a guy that say, I'm not with this group, I'm not with that group. He stressed that in the video, but they still gonna put it apart as Black Lives Matter. But you gotta think, we're in a campaign and we're in a situation now where we're in a presidential change now. A black man been leading us for 8 years. Racism didn't come into effect until this black man got at his height that it is. Within the last 8 years of this man being in his term, you've seen racism at an all-time high. They've been bucking this man the whole time he in there.
Yeah.
Now they saying he the reason. So, they got to modify and manipulate things to a degree to make him look like he not on this job.
That's true.
And you got to think, you got to use your third eye. I see a lot of people use their heart and they don't use their mind. They act off their emotions and they don't use their brain a lot. And emotions dictate a lot of these situations that's going on. So a lot of people, when you walk in the room, you see 4 people crying, automatically, it's naturally that you're going to come in and be like, well, damn, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? If you see 4 people crying, you're going to automatically think, well, damn, something really wrong.
Yeah.
You don't even know the explanation, so you just going to ride with something wrong without even knowing. They could be tears of joy. But if you just see somebody crying, you're going to automatically think it's some wrong shit going on. So you're going to ride for that, not knowing the full details of the situation. So right now, they manipulating the Black Lives Matter shit. They got certain entities of that shit, because this is my theory, bro. They put on a protest for Black Lives Matter. Wasn't nothing organized majorly, because you can see, even in Dallas, when, they was deleting people's accounts, they tweeted out, man, ain't no goddamn sniper out here. A police car came by and shot up the whole goddamn sidewalk and kept going. They don't show you that. They don't show you that they had crisis actors supposed to be here in the city of Houston, in the city of Dallas.
On Craigslist.
On Craigslist and all that shit real, bro. That's the thing about the internet. Once it's uploaded, it's no deleting that shit. That's there. So, that's my theory on it. I just feel like after losing 4 individuals within less than 72 hours time, they had to save face with something. Being that Baton Rouge is getting done the way it's getting done, Turkey, what just happened in Turkey, martial law, I just feel like they're just trying to create some martial law. And you got Trump in there talking reckless like he talking.
Yeah.
And you just seeing his wife commit that plagiarism and everything. So, it's so much going on that I'm focused on that shit and I'm not focused on the bullshit right now. I got kids, bro. So the shit that I'm focused on the facts of life right now. I ain't focused on love and hip-hop power and all that shit right now. I got to focus on what's finna be happening in the next 4 years. Because the truth be told, both these candidates ain't worth a damn.
This is the truth.
So how do you get people to focus on that instead of power, love and hip hop, Pokemon Go, and stuff like that? How do you get, what do you do?
All that shit is just distractions. What you do is people in a position of power. That's why I've been tweeting and been gramming a lot lately, man. People got to use their flat platforms and stop sitting in chairs. If you got a platform, the difference in the platform, you stand. The difference in the chair, you sit. Which one you gonna do with the platform? You gonna stand and sit. We got brothers like Umar Johnson. We got brothers like David Banner. We got brothers like Darren Muhammad. You got the minister. You know what I'm saying? You got so many brothers that's speaking, and if I left out anybody at all, my bad. But you got so many brothers that's speaking positively. You need other people that's in a position of power to speak. Ain't no more Malcolm, bro. Ain't no more Martins. Ain't no more Medgar Evers. Ain't no more leaders out there. Everybody turned into followers behind the dollar. Rap not even the same. Where's these self-destruction songs?
Oh my gosh.
Where's all these together songs? Where's the Chuck D's? Everybody want to be Hov. Don't nobody want to be Chuck D. And then when you got cats like Kendrick will never do Grammys again. Let's just be real. And I heard that from a good source. He ain't gonna do Grammys again just because he put it in their face. We need more brothers willingness in a position of power to put it in their face. He took his whole first project was a setup for him to really talk the shit that he wanted to talk in his second project.
Exactly. So true.
So it's about teaching, J. Cole, teaching. It ain't always about being the most popular man in the room. It's about the man that's willing to make change too, bro. And if you in a position to make change and you're in a position to lead and you have those plethora of followers, it's imperative that you lead, bro. Cause right now we lost as a race. We are lost, bro. And it's crazy how lost in sleep we are. We gotta wake to the truth that everybody believe everything they see on social media, bro. It's so bad to where we scream hate. We only ready to ride when shit happen. Think about your grandparents, bro. They stayed ready so they ain't have to get ready.
This is the truth.
We only down the ride when shit happen.
Or as long as social media talking about it,
Yeah, then everybody want to talk because they don't want to feel left out.
then they stop talking.
Yeah.
So as far as the Houston artists that you met up with today, how are you guys, or how do you plan to keep each other accountable for what you guys met about today?
It's just pretty much keeping those lines of communication all the way over. That's the main thing. Consistent communication for change. What you got going on? What I got going on? What he got going on? Unity. It isn't just the artist. It's the DJ too. We gonna need you to push the message as well.
Yeah.
It goes on all platforms. Ain't no big eyes and no little U's. It's none of that. Everybody is accountable. Anybody in hip hop, you are accountable. Just straight up. So you got to keep that line of communication over, and you got to push the agenda like they push the agenda. So many agendas getting pushed, man. I'm for my people all the way. I ain't shedding no tears for no fake shit. I don't have no sympathy for the bullshit. When you wrong, ain't no rules in war. When you wrong, just straight up. But after the day, my outlook completely different because I got a feeling that we can be productive in our area. It starts in your area first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It first started home, and it started with self. Self gravitates to home, home gravitates to community. You know, you gotta start somewhere in order to get somewhere. You gotta be able to be willing to understand in order to know where you going. Because if it's zero understanding, then you out there marching for nothing. You just yelling and holding signs, but you're not educated on what are you doing. That don't make the change. What we put together today was to make change. Solutions, man. We don't need to hear the problem constantly. They feed and beating you the problem, but nobody is coming with the solution.
Exactly.
That's chemistry, bro. 1 + 1 = 2. If it don't add, it's subtracting and dividing. You gotta either multiply or add. Life ain't nothing but mathematics, man. It's one of the two. And we also went to Unity Bank today, the only black bank that's in the state of Texas and only in the city of Houston.
Yeah.
In 3rd Ward off Blodgett.
Mm-hmm.
We also, once we left out, it even furthermore showed brothers that we standing for a change. We brought the dollar back to the black community, and I gotta take my hat off to Power Wow for being a staple for white America and also understanding the struggle of a black man to where he might even be losing fans, but he's seeing the struggle of the black man and coming from a white man, telling that is gonna make people listen just that much more. So you gotta use every tool in your toolbox to your advantage. A socket wrench ain't shit without a socket.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So you gotta think, and even Jane Elliott said it. Racism is pure ignorance. Hate is pure bred ignorance. We all one race. We humans, bro. But at the end of the day, while we're screaming Black Lives Matter, because we've been being dehumanized for 400 to 500 years, constantly, and it's like it's not ending. It's that repeat of a good time. It just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. To at some point, when does this shit end? So who gonna stand up and take charge to end that? You know what I'm saying? It's a repetitive process, and to be perfectly honest, I don't think it's ever gonna stop until we miseducate. Because there's so many miseducated souls out there to where nobody's educated on it. But you got to think, who made racism? Who made the word?
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
Yeah.
Where's the origin of where racism come from? In order to change that, the son of a bitch that created it got to change it as well. We didn't start it.
Yeah.
We're a victim of it. We're being victimized by it. So, in order for us to quit pointing the finger, let's look in the mirror and see what we can do. It start with self. Then outside of self, then it gravitates and grows.
But Killa, how do we get there to the promised land, to the land of solutions? Because we got a lot of problems.
It starts. See, a lot of people, when you can't change the world, but you can change the world around you. And that's first where it starts at, man. It's about changing your world. Cause see, everybody got this imaginary shit in their mind that when they die, they going to heaven. Newsflash, bro, you die already. Your body and the world you living in is heaven already. You have freedom of any and everything that you got. So when you living in hell is when you in despair and you going through shit.
Right.
So I'm leading up to that, metaphorically speaking, to use that to say this. You gotta change your world and your surroundings to live in your hell or be stuck in to live in your heaven or be stuck in your hell. So in order to get out of hell and get to the promised land and get to heaven, promised land being your riches, your life living happily, you gotta change your world and the things surrounding your world. You can't get on here and go straight to the Supreme Court, but you can set up and position yourself to get people in position to make those changes. So we got to start in our community, making a change within our community, following that chain of command and getting people in position and people that's in a position that have a platform to speak, to be able to speak for us in order to get change embedded within our system. So that's what it's going to take, man. It's going to take us going in there and changing our community, and we can start by changing things that's going on with us, getting to the community more active to create that change.
Yeah, hey, it ain't the box, it ain't the beat, but upstairs they can feel it in their feet when we get live from the basement. You can feel it in your face when we get live from the basement. It ain't the box, it ain't the beat,